Assalamu alaikum student. This is Dr. Nveed Shahad, your course instructor. Today this is our 11th lecture. In this lecture we will talk about random amplified polymorphic DNA, which is shortly called RAPD. Before talking about RAPD, we will have to know what is marker. What is marker and what are the genetic markers? What is marker? Any trait that can be identified with confidence and relative case and can be followed in a mapping population is called as marker. So what is genetic marker? Genetic marker is a specific location on a chromosome that is defined by a naked eye morphism, that is polymorphism, as differences in electrophoreticability of specific proteins or as differences in specific DNA sequence. Student, genetic marker actually is a study of comparison between different individuals. In our today topic we will discuss about DNA sequences comparatively in different organism. Different organism mean individual of same species are somehow related to each other species, close related species. We will discuss how the genetic makeup of two individuals or more than two individuals in a same population vary. This variation is actually morphism, or we say polymorphism. Polymorphism is actually related to the different form of a gene. Suppose we say we have one individual, its gene is different as compared to other individual of same population. So it's mean gene A in both individual is different from each other. So reason of difference, lot of reason. We say simply it's a mutation. Due to the mutation, genetic makeup vary. So genetic markers are the short sequences which are used to differentiate specific genes in different individuals or make clear differences between the individuals. So what is RAPD? RAPD is defined by the differences between individuals in terms of DNA regions either being or not being amplified in a polymerase chain reaction primed by the random oligonucleotide sequences. Maybe in two individuals or more than two individuals, a single gene amplify with a specific pair of primers. In some cases, this gene will be amplified in two individual, not in third one individual, or amplify only in one individual, not other two individual. This is actually difference between the genetic makeup of two or three individuals. It is a type of PCR reaction. RAPD is a type of PCR reaction, but the segment of DNA that are amplified are random, because in this case we use random type of primers, so we say random amplification is there. RAPD creates several arbitrary short primers, sometimes we say decamers. Short primers sequence is 8 to 12 nucleotides. 8 to 12 nucleotides, average is 10. 10 mean decamers, decanucleotides. Then proceed with the PCR using a large template of genomic DNA. DNA from different individuals are obtained by using a PCR equipment or a thermocycler. RAPD is a lab technique used to amplify unknown DNA segments, which we say random fragments amplify by this RAPD. No knowledge of DNA sequence required, hence a popular method is used. RAPD is a popular method. Why we say DNA sequence knowledge is not required? Because we are using random primers, so the sequence of genes or sequence of genome is not necessarily to be required, necessary to be known. We can amplify with these random primers. In recent years, RAPD is used to characterize and trace the phylogeny of diverse plant and animal species. So identical 10 MER primer will or will not amplify a segment of DNA, as I have told you before this, depending on the position that are the complementary to the primer sequence. In some cases, our random primer attach in a individual genome at a single location. Maybe it attach on 2-3 locations, so it's depend on the genome of organism and sequence of random primer. How RAPD work? Principle of RAPD is a single short oligonucleotide primer which bind to many different loci is used to amplify random sequences from a complex DNA template. This means the amplified fragment generated by the PCR depends on the length and size of both primer and target genome. If the primer size is more or larger, so it means there is less chance of annealing of primer on different loci on the genome. Another thing, size of the genome. If target genome size is so much large, so there are more chances to attach of primer with the target genome. Short sequence of primer and large size of genome increase the chances of annealing of primers. These amplified product, which may be up to 3 kb, are usually separated on agarose gel. Agarose gel, we may use 1.5% to 2% agarose gel for the separation of required DNA fragments or bands. These DNA bands on the agarose gel can be visualized by staining with ethidium bromide. Ethidium bromide is integrating agent. It helps to give fluorescence. Through UV light we can observe, we can visualize ethidium bromide. Nucleotide variation between different sets of template. This is the required thing. If there will be more nucleotide variation between the different DNA templates, so there will be more chance to get a result. DNA will result in the presence or absence of the bands because of the changing in the priming sites. Recently sequence characterized amplified regions analysis of RAPD polymorphism showed that one cause of RAPD polymorphism is chromosomal rearrangements such as insertion or deletion. Student, as you have already studied about gene mutation in the sense of insertion and deletion, you know there is a chromosomal rearrangements. The chromosomal rearrangements increase the chances of polymorphism. In order for the PCR to occur, the primer must anneal in a particular orientation and they must anneal within a reasonable distance of one another. If primers anneal with the complementary sequences of the genome very close to each other, so it's mean the amplified fragment will have the same size, so it will be difficult to differentiate between the fragment sizes on the gel. If the primer anneal at a proper distance, so DNA fragments will be with the different sizes and can be observed on the agarose gel. So here we discuss a case, a two genome, how we can differentiate between these two genomes. Look here, differences between genomes using RAPD analysis. Consider here figure 2 which is genome A, upper one figure, and another figure which is figure 3 for the genome B. We see here these two figures are these two images representing two individuals, genome 1 for one individual and genome B for the other individual. So these two individuals, two genomes. Here we are using primers which have the same sequence for both genomes, but look here, in upper one genome A, two fragment of DNA will be amplified, but in case of genome B, only one fragment of DNA amplify. But you should keep in mind only same type of primer used for both genomes. So results are different. Genome 1 has two DNA fragments while genome B has only one DNA fragment. When we run on agarose gel, what kind of view they are giving us? Genome A and genome B can represent genomic DNA from two individuals in the same species or possibly from two different species. In first lane, DNA marker or DNA ladder run. That's why different bands appear with different sizes. These sizes are the known sizes. In lane 2 and 3, in lane 2, genome A run, genome A PCR product run. In lane 3, genome B product run. So you can make a comparison product B and product A. Product A is same in both individuals or in both genome, but product B is only present in genome A, not in genome B. So this is the difference. Actually, primers were the same for both genomes. Here we can say polymorphism, different forms of the gene. So let's make comparison between PCR component and RAPD components, where components are same and where they are different from each other. First component is a buffer. Buffer is similar in both cases, similar in PCR and RAPD. Difference is only with the magnesium ions. Magnesium mostly used in normal concentration in PCR, but in RAPD case, magnesium usually used with higher concentration. Usually higher magnesium concentration are used, lowering annealing stringency, because in simple PCR specificity is not matter, but here we are using short sequence of nucleotides, short primer sequences. So magnesium concentration should increase. Other is DNA template. DNA template is same in PCR and RAPD, in both cases same. Primers in conventional PCR, we use a pair of primers, forward primer and reverse primer, but in case of RAPD we will use only one short primer, that is decamers. Fifth one is the tagged DNA polymerase. Tagged DNA polymerase can be used, or any other thermostable DNA polymerase can be used. Same here with the RAPD. So what is procedure of RAPD? First of all, DNA of the selected species is isolated. When we isolate DNA from the selected species, we will have to focus on few things. Quality influences the outcome of PCR. Quality should be very good. Higher molecular weight of our DNA. Third one is the impurities. DNA template should pure, no impurities should be present in the DNA template, and less amount of RNA. If we isolate DNA, we know mostly when we isolate DNA, then RNA is also present in the DNA. So we should be careful about the amount of RNA. RNA should be in less amount. Second is the an excess of selected DECA oligonucleotides added. 10 base pair for PCR only. 1 primer per reaction. Short primer binding randomly on the chromosome. When we prepared a reaction mixture for RAPD, this reaction mixture is kept in a PCR machine and is subjected to repeated cycles of DNA denaturation, and overall it is a DNA replication. During this process, DECA oligonucleotides will pair with the homologous sequence present at the different location in the DNA. DNA replication extend DECA oligonucleotides and the copy sequence continues with the sequence which the selected oligonucleotide has paired. So during replication, DNA molecules will be increased due to the oligonucleotides. In other words, amplification will continue and lot of copies of DNA will be generated. The repeated cycle of denaturation, renaturation, DNA replication will amplify this sequence of DNA. Amplification will take place only of those region of genome that has the sequence complementary to DECA oligonucleotides at their both ends. After several cycles of amplification, DNA is subjected to run on gel electrophoresis. The amplified DNA will form a distinct band. It is detected by the ethidium bromide staining as normally we do with the conventional PCR product, and then after staining with ethidium bromide we can make it visible under the UV light. The DNA bands stained with ethidium bromide will give fluorescence under UV and we can observe in a better way. This is the overall procedure of RAPD. Now what are the advantages of RAPD analysis or RAPD genetic marker? There are few advantages of RAPD. First one is it requires no DNA probes and sequence information for design of specific primers. Yes, we no need of the DNA probe like in case of hybridization, and other is the sequence information of the gene, because we use here random primer, so we no need any kind of information about the genome of the individual. It involves no blotting or hybridization step, so it is quick, simple and efficient approach. It requires only small amount of DNA. about 10 nanogram per reaction. That is very less amount. So small amount of DNA is required, and procedure is fully automated. Just prepare your reaction, PCR reaction, and run on the PCR machine. It will complete with a given specific time. Another advantage is the number of fragments. High number of fragments can be obtained through this approach, because in PCR reaction copies numbers are increasing exponentially. So in amplification we can get finally billions of the DNA molecules. Arbitrary primers are easily purchased because the primers for these genetic markers are available. We can purchase from any company. Unit cost per assay are very low as compared to the other marker technologies. So in this way we can say RAPD is a good approach which we can use easily. What are the disadvantages of RAPD? First disadvantage is that nearly all RAPD markers are dominant. PCR is a enzymatic reaction, therefore quality and concentration of DNA template, concentration of the PCR components, and PCR cycling conditions may greatly influence the outcome. So in this way we can say RAPD is PCR based technique, and PCR is a very sensitive approach. These are the few factors which can affect the result of RAPD. Mismatches between primer and template may result in the total absence of PCR product as well as decreased amount of the product. Primer annealing or primer compatibility and complementarity is the big issue. If primer will not work, so we cannot get any kind of product through this PCR. Another disadvantage is the prior knowledge. In other words, a skillful person should involve in this study. Lack of prior knowledge on the identity of the amplification product. Last disadvantage is the reproductivity problem or reproducibility problem. In some time we run many PCRs but find no result. Again run PCR, no result, because there are lots of troubleshoots of PCR. So a skillful person should work on RAPD and have ability to resolve troubleshooting of PCR. At the end, what are the applications of RAPD? There are different applications of RAPD. As you understood how RAPD work, it is a very important and simple approach. So its application: are different. First is genetic diversity or polymorphism. By RAPD study, we can also study polymorphism or genetic variation in the different individuals of the same species, or we can study mutation in a population. Other application is germplasm characterization. Germplasm is actually genetic makeup of any individual which can represent an individual, a complete genetic makeup of individual, or a genome of an individual which can represent an organism. So a genome of any organism can be characterized or studied by using different random primers. Next application is genetic structure of the population. Genetic structure also can be studied through RAPD. We can make study on the hybrid purity, genome mapping, developing genetic markers linked to a trait, population and evolutionary genetics, plant and animal breeding, animal plant microbe interactions, and pesticide or herbicide resistant in the plants. These are the different applications for the RAPD. So it's all about RAPD. If you have any question, then you can ask.